The one patient that I had, he wasn't even my patient. He was kind of like part of this group. And he looks at me and he goes, "Where are you from?" And I tell him, "I'm from Houston." And then in front of my whole team, he looks to me and he goes, "You don't look like you're from Houston." And when we left the room, all the residents like looked at me, they said, "I'm so, so sorry. Like, we didn't expect that to happen." And then I was kind of walking by his room, and he saw me and he called me. He goes, "Hey, you, come." And then I just went over because he called me. And then his wife was in the room, and he looked to his wife. He said, "Don't worry, I cleared her. She's not a terrorist." From my interactions with him, I just got the sense that he was just afraid, because he was the type of person, he would just continuously talk. He would never leave a moment silent. He would just talk and talk and talk and talk. And I said, that's because he's afraid. He knows he's dying and he doesn't want to accept it, and he's using all these different means to kind of distract himself from that fact that he's in this hospital bed waiting for an organ to replace his failing one. And so I was sitting with him and he was telling me about all these tests, and then he looks at me and he says, "Do you ever feel inadequate?" Something in me told me to be honest, because it's so easy to kind of fake that confidence. But I looked at him and I said, yes. For the first time, like, he was just silent for a moment. And then he looks at me and goes, "You know, one day you're going to make a great doctor." And I said, "I hope so." And he goes, "You will." And just kind of that change from him and all these comments he said from the beginning, and me trying to understand where he was coming from and still showing compassion and still showing empathy, to having that reaction and building that trust in the end, told me that, yes, I do wear this hijab. I am a very visual representation of Islam, and there are people who probably never met someone like me, who are probably very scared, who probably look at the news and that's all they know and they're ignorant. But that doesn't mean that they're going to stay that way. And just by being me, just by being compassionate and empathetic and trying to help them, that they're going to be able to see through that.